I think I'm a young girl, not a young girl, a teenage girl, yeah. Short, I'm not very tall. I'm wearing white, off-white, draped across one shoulder. I have black hair, very much square-shaped headdress, almost like Cleopatra-style headdress or something. I'm not of big stature. I'm not so small, but I won't say petite, but I'm in between. I must come from a fairly wealthy, not super wealthy, but wealthy background, because my clothes are of fine material.
Oh. Are you wearing any jewelry on your neck or your arms?
Yeah, across my upper arm I'm wearing a band, gold band, light gold band. I have bangles, maybe a ring.
Oh, wow.
Earrings, yeah. But simple, not too elaborate.
Extravagant, yeah. And are you still in the same place where you were before, or do you find yourself in another place now?
Now this room has expanded to be more of a, I don't know, it could be a temple maybe? I don't know.
Oh, wow. Describe the temple for me. I'm very curious.
I feel like I'm just playing with my imagination here, but
That's okay. However it comes to you is important.
So I've come in from a different life. I know that. Okay, so I've come into this temple, which is maybe a sort of a triangular top, like it's a pyramid of sorts. It's not quite in that it's got openings on the sides that have maybe different levels or rooms in these openings as such. But it does have the shape of a pyramid, like as you walk in, maybe not quite the pyramid, but more of a hexagonal pyramid in some way that tapers to the top. And on the sides there, as I said, as you go up on the sides, you can see different places or rooms that are there, yeah.
And what happens in those rooms?
Healing.
Oh, how does the healing happen in those rooms, I wonder?
They use some form of sunlight. So the sun is streaming through the windows, so because these have glass windows to these sections, and you can see people, I guess, lying down on a bed of some sort, and there's a healer there as well, like a person in that room. And this is in the top level. In the bottom level, when I'm where I am right now, people are lying across on slabs, and I've seen this before, whereby these slabs are sort of going in and out of different colors. So they lie down, and the colors, all the colors of the rainbows, are projected onto the body.
Oh, wow. How do those colors heal, I wonder?
So this is color therapy, whereby color being the frequency of it's a different vibration. It gives back, the body absorbs the colors that it needs from the colors that are projected from these beds.
And what is your role in this temple? Why are you there?
I feel quite young. I might be a healer on this bottom floor here. In some ways, I feel like I'm learning something, and yet I'm not a general healer here. I'm not somebody who puts somebody on the bed. I'm sort of I've gone beyond that stage.
Oh. What stage are you at now?
I feel different in that I feel I have a bit of a higher position in this hierarchy. I'm sort of aloof, almost like I have special powers of some sort. So I can participate if I wish, but I'm not called to participate. So, but it does not mean that only the people who are of a certain level here. There's some very practiced healers who are also taking people through this healing. Like the people who are lying on the bed, they're having a conversation with maybe an elder of some sorts, all wearing white, the healers, and so same with the participants. There's a soft conversation that's going on between them and the client who's lying on this. And I watch this knowing what they're doing. I know this. So now I'm walking somewhere.
Oh, let's see where you go.
It's like I've been called somewhere. Like I've got an appointment somewhere.
Oh, good. Go there and see what happens. And let me know what happens.
So I go into this room, maybe at the end of the hall, part of this bottom layer here, and it's an extension of an area of a room, and it's almost maybe a place where is maybe some teaching takes place. I'm not too sure, but there is a person sitting there, and he doesn't seem to be very happy with me.
Wonder why he's not happy with you. What happens next?
So this person is telling me off for doing something, and I'm standing there thinking, you don't really know what I've done, so why are you telling me off? Like, this is, you should not be telling me off. You are asking me to be limited, and I'm doing what I have my own way of learning, or I have taught myself, and it does not conform with what you think I should be doing. And so he's telling me off. He's angry with me.
How does it make you feel?
Rebellious.
And so what do you do next?
I listen to him and don't think that he's of value to be listened to. But I don't have any authority here. He has the authority to tell me this. But I seem to be part of a women's group, like a female healing group. So I back out of that room, having been scolded. And I now go to a classroom with other girls being taught by somebody, the teacher, who is a woman, and she is exploring some interesting ideas.
I wonder what she's exploring. Can you tell?
I think if I were to ask, I enjoy the session because she is connecting the different forms of healing. So we have color therapy, or sound therapy, or other forms of therapy that can be used in the broad manners, right? In terms of these are healing modalities, and there are many of them. So she is giving us choices, like different tools, and showing us the availability and the use of these tools in different ways. So if I'm very drawn to the color side of things, but with the color comes the sound as well. So there seems like there's an overlap of using, and breath work. So there's an overlap of using sound with light, with colors, and also toning with the person's own voice. And this is interesting in that the person who is coming for the healing is not asking to be healed from a problem, but is asking to be spiritually, to potentialize, to become, to increase their ascension or something. Yeah. So you're guiding people to become more tuned in, I would say.
Oh.
So they need to release the blocks on the feet, I can see. And these blocks on the feet, it's quite funny because the feet are actually displaying like acupoints where, different lights are showing up. It's quite strange on the feet, which is then along the meridian points of the back of the body. You can see, you almost can visualize that. So it's almost like the skin is translucent.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't quite understand because these are people. They are with very translucent skin and very colorful lines or meridians, or somehow I can see these meridians. I don't know.
Oh.
And yet they're lying flat on their back, and these are connected to different points on the head as well. So along the front of the body is not much, but you can somehow see these points. There are the other main chakras along the front. So this must be to do with past life, because I'm dealing with stuff at the back of the body. The front of the body is telling you how effective you are in terms of clearing the past life, because the chakras in the front will then speed up or speed down depending on what therapy you apply to their feet. Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, wow. It sounds very complex.
Yes, maybe it's complex, but you're using light and sound. And what is important here is that the body will absorb what it needs. So you're not giving it any more than, you're not forcing it to take it up. But actually, that's not entirely true either, because you can overstimulate. And maybe that's where the fine-tuning of the chakras needs to take place. Yes, that's what it is. Yes, you can overstimulate. So there is a sense of excitement within the person in that when you give them a particular sound with the associated light, they want more of it, and that will upset the balance of the body. So maybe it's not quite right, So as a healer, you are supposed to modulate by keeping an eye on the front of the body. You understand how much you are supposed to apply, and that will generate the flow along inside the body, thereby activating the spin on the outside of the front side of the body, which is the flow in the chakras. And I almost want to say that the lights that the chakras are emanating with provide you with patterns that tell you if you are in resonance or you are in harmony or you're not. And I guess if I were to take it even further, they would say that the intricacies of these patterns would tell you what level or dimensional healing is taking place. But that feels quite strange here, because it's an electric body. I keep seeing a translucent body without necessarily seeing the organs here. But it's generating these intricate sort of snowflakes, very much like Emoto's work, whereby, but to what end? I don't know. I don't know what we're trying to do here. I mean, we're trying to stabilize a human, or are we trying to create a new human? Because as I keep saying, I don't see much of, I think I'm trying to create a robot or something, a clone of some sort. It must be a machine. Well, that's what it is. It just doesn't feel so human.
What doesn't feel human?
This thing that I was working on. Because I keep saying I can see right through this to the back, and I can see the chakras in the front. So I'm working with a sort of a body here.
Yes.
That is not covered in human flesh, but is being tuned for something, to work as a human or whatever, an elevated being, a clone of some sort. So I'm developing a new form of human, or a new form of clone or something. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That sounds very interesting. And do you like this work?
It's very interesting work, because as you feed the color and the light, the color and the sound into this body, it is generating patterns. And these patterns are obviously patterns of information, but they depict the level, the degree of evolution of this particular body. And it's almost like, it's so strange. It's almost like by the patterns they generate, you can almost tell what characters these bodies have. And what is strange about this is that if I'm developing a sort of clone, then why would it take on a particular character? Or is it that by stimulating the chakras in a particular way, you are creating the character, and yet there's no prediction on this. But yet I have to get them to a point that, okay, you can assign a role to them. So I don't know if we're developing healers from these clones, or we're developing fighters, or we're developing, I don't know, humans, or human, I don't know, like robots to do certain tasks. I'm not 100% sure. But even if you generate a pattern, you don't have the whole picture. It's not very clear. So these almost have sort of a will of their own in some ways as well. I don't know. Anyway, this is where I'm at.
Oh, wow. It is very, very interesting. And you seem like you're already at quite a high level. How long have you been doing this?
For a long time.
Who did you learn this from?
I must have been picked from these groups. I don't know. Yeah, I must have been picked because I have the ability to work on my own. I have the background of being able to explore. I can be relied on. I can be trusted. This is very new. All of this work is very new because you don't know what you're developing per se. So it requires integrity. Yeah.
And when you see this now, do you understand why that other person was scolding you? When you look at it now, from what you're doing, do you get an idea of what was happening, why he was doing that?
It seems like he wasn't aware of what we were doing here.
Okay.
It's almost like this is done in secret, right? Like this development. He is aware that something is being done here, but maybe not to the level that I'm exploring here.
Oh.
So by me going in and not being able to report that I have created maybe a healer or a fighter or whatever, like I keep saying, I'm not there yet, or I can't tell you, or whatever, there is frustration on his part because maybe we were given a blueprint, but we're not sticking to a blueprint here.
Oh, I see. Okay. And do you do this work during the day or at night?
During the day. At night, I'm required to go into deep meditation, I think.
Oh, wow. And how does that help you?
It's a form of, in some ways, collective meditation, in that you are with other people and you are linking your brain to other brains, and then it's creating a network here. So you're being fed here at night in terms of you're sort of in deep meditation with others, and as a group you're being rested. You're resting as a group.
Wow.
Yeah.
And where do you do this?
In the same area, in a different section of this structure somewhere, and we're not sleeping at all. We're actually sitting upright in lotus posture, and we are closed our eyes. The room is dimly lit, and we do have something to up just above our lower back. We're sitting comfortably, just to hold us upright, and we are now in this. It's almost like we're being recharged, but not artificially. We're being recharged as a group from maybe a tree or some sort of natural network. I'm not too sure what the network is.
Look deeper into that.
It's almost like the roots of the tree are above us for some reason, not on below us.
Oh, wow.
And so we're sort of like plugged in to this rooting system whereby we make connections with each other and then with the roots themselves. So it's almost like we are being fed information from this tree, and we can trust the tree to have no agenda. But it is required that we are all uniform in this energy. Like the tree is feeding us with, I guess, particular waveform in our brain that is regenerating us, that is regenerating rest and sleep, and without us having to sleep per se.
Oh, wow. So you don't sleep during the night? Or is this something that you do before sleep?
It doesn't feel like we go to sleep at night.
Oh.
So we're sitting in this meditative posture, and it's almost like we've blanked out, like, we are in a very deep state. We're in, could we call it a dreaming state, maybe? Yeah, could be.
Why is it necessary to do this at night for this job that you do during the day?
When else would we do it?
But what is the purpose of it?
Well, you need rest.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be re-energized.
Mm-hmm.
You need calm mind. And you need information. You need space intelligence. You need that. You need intelligence that comes from the stars or whatever, and this is what the tree is able to garner. And then it keeps this is a tree that keeps this information or gathers the information, and you are being fed the information whilst you're in a very deep state of meditation and relaxation.
And is this deep state of meditation and relaxation enough for the body to be able to go on during the day without having that deep sleep that perhaps other people have?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure how long I've been doing this, but I do know that it is very relaxing, and it is something that you are required to do if you are working with what I'm working with. Not everyone gets to do what I have to do.
Yes.
So it's almost like we're a different sect within this thing. We can't really tell everyone where we are.
Oh.
There are many of us, though. There are not few. Must be at least 50 or 60 of us here.
Oh, wow. And do you have a family?
I do, but they're not here.
And do they know of what you do?
No.
What do you tell them that you do?
I've been sent here as a healer. They get paid for my work or my participation. I am not to speak of it.
To them?
Yeah, or to others, even others. I don't know who knows what I am or where I am within this healing structure, this big healing structure. Maybe the people who are guiding others on the beds below or are in the rooms above, they may know who I am. I don't know who they are. And I don't know, but it doesn't mean that if they're on the bottom floor, they're the least of the healers. They are very advanced healers on the bottom floor too. It's very strange that a male is deciding what I should know and not, because the majority of the healers are female. So it seems like it's a male-dominated healing center, but the healers are all female.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's leave that scene and let's move along in that same life to an important day where something important is happening. A day when something important is happening. And find yourself there now.
This place feels dangerous, like there is some sort of danger that is happening here. I'm in a room in the temple, but there seem to be these electric flashes. The place has gone dark now.
Okay.
And there are these electric flashes that are going off on the outside. It's almost like there has been too much there are electrical lightning flashes.
Oh, wow. Tell me more.
It's not unexpected. It's almost like I knew that this day was going to come, because it feels like we're sort of at the end of a situation here where things can collapse now.
Oh. What's collapsing?
Everything's collapsing. All our systems are at an end now. The powers that be outside these healing rooms, through greed and through experimentation, have brought us to the edge of our culture. And we will now be descending into chaos as such.
And what happens in that chaos?
Structures break down, and then you sort of wait and see. So if I were to go through with this one,
let's see what happens next then.
It almost like the building that I was in collapsed. So there's a lot of rubble around, and it's dark and it's cold, and there isn't necessarily a sense of violence per se. There's not people being violent, but there is a sense of, it seems like it's happened before, or on another scale, or this is maybe more of a scale, but it has happened before. So it's a matter of being very practical and saying, okay, let's just wait until it clears, these dark flashes and this electrical flashes and the atmosphere clear, and then we rebuild again. But it'll be a long process maybe, I'm not too sure, but you literally just get on with it. You just need to regroup, find your group that you've been working with, try and salvage whatever you can salvage, clear out the dead, bury the dead, start building again.
Oh, wow. And you said bury the dead, clear the dead. Is that what happens with a lot of people?
Yeah. This is a thriving culture of some sort. So there are different. I'm part of the healing group, but there are, maybe merchants and maybe accountants and maybe, I don't know. There's like a whole city, a whole town, a whole culture that are involved with doing different things. Industry of different sorts, light industries.
Right. And what happens to you when the building collapses?
I sort of, I fall down. I've got scrapes and gashes and everything, but I'm fine. It's just a sense of, oh, here we go again. And this has happened maybe 10 years ago or some sort of space of time. So, but it's almost like an expectation that, the powers that be will do this. And I don't have a say in that, so why worry about that? Just let's regroup, sort of thing, and move forward. And hopefully what I was building, maybe, what I was trying to build, maybe, was maybe these robots who would help rebuild or would help reform what was built earlier, so that when we do go through this system or whatever, it'll be easier to get back up and running again or to survive in some way. Maybe what we were building was maybe a suit, a memory suit. I'm not too sure, actually. That could be part of it as well, is that you're building sort of time capsules. Yeah, some sort of information was being fed into these forms with different, these things were being fed with information, and that information would hold true if everything was collapsing. They were also almost like life rafts, actually. So when I look back, let's go back again. So now you have a shape of a human that has this outer armor. I guess a human can sort of enclose themselves within this sort of capsule, I think. This capsule will remind them of where they've come from, in case, they are floating elsewhere in space or in water or somewhere. And it will protect them from the elements. I can see that. But it has a purpose. It has a purpose that it will provide them with information. So they're not going to be isolated. They will know, they will have memory of something. Should it be for a very long time? I'm not too sure. And these suits are they're life forms that can keep your body in some sort of good shape should you go unconscious. So I think that's what I'm building here. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is there more in that scene that you find that you can tell me about? Anything else that happens?
No, just a sense of frustration, exasperation. It's really like they've done it again, sort of thing. It's like you're just getting tired of the same cycle of people not learning. That's why I participate in this other form of healing or creation of some sort. Yeah, that's what it is. That I want to build something that maybe is independent, so that we can go off elsewhere and not be involved, or build our own culture, maybe go in a different area, but not be lost when we go there, not starting from scratch again.
All right, let's do this. Let's move away from that sea now, and let's drift and float to another important day in the life that you're looking at. And now you are there. And what do you see now?
I see I'm sort of getting married, I think. I'm very happy. I'm giddy with happiness here.
Oh. Tell me about what your dress looks like, or the clothing that you're wearing.
Very simple. It's just literally similar to a toga, I guess. It's very, very simple. I do have a crown, a very simple crown.
Oh, wow.
Again, it's plain white. It has white embroidery on it that is very expensive. It is, so it's not just the white plain toga. It is with white embroidery, a little bit of gold running through it. Very elaborate in terms of the embroidery. But I don't really care. I'm very giddy with being with this person.
Oh. How did you meet this person?
I think I grew up with them through this healing school or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Feels like we're both priests here, but he is a different type of. He is not involved. He's not with me in the healing rooms. You won't find him with me in the healing rooms. So that's why I'm very excited to be with him. I've noticed him. We may have had some common classes or, participation in common rituals or something. And he too is wearing a white toga. He's bald. He's clean shaven.
And is this a big celebration or a small celebration?
In some ways, it's my celebration, but there are other things that are happening. So maybe there are several of us getting married at this time, but in different sections, like almost, I don't know, it's so strange. I'm sitting there and barely contain my excitement. And he is within a group that is very austere, like they're very, he's there, he's aware of me, but he's not looking at me.
Oh.
And I'm not sure why. So then maybe I wasn't getting married. I don't know, but it feels like I have this connection with him at this point. And I am wearing a more elaborate dress now. I would assume that there would be because there was an occasion to wear it. But he is definitely not looking at me. He is, it's almost like I'm standing on a sideline watching them getting their graduation papers maybe or something. I'm very happy for him. Very, very happy for him. Very happy for the group, actually. Maybe, I think that's what it is. They're graduating, and it's an achievement. It's a huge achievement.
And are you graduating with them?
No. This is the boys graduating.
I see.
It's a very arduous internship that they've undergone. So this is a very big deal for them. They're almost stunned into being very austere, very, very disciplined.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's do this now. Let's leave that happy scene and let's drift and float to another important day in the life that you're looking at. And you are there now.
It's great sadness for me here.
Oh,
I think he may have passed away. I am old. I have grandchildren next to me.
What else is happening on this day?
I am very sad.
Yeah. And how many children did you have with him?
Seems like I had many. I don't know.
Okay.
He was an author of sorts. He was well respected in his field. We led an intellectual life, both of us together, that we were known as the intellectuals. We were involved with teaching centers and higher centers of learning. We were respected, maybe professors in our field. We had contributed to education in certain ways. I was well known for my energy work at this point.
Oh.
I was no longer practicing, though, but I was renowned for it.
Did you practice for a long time or a shorter time? Did you practice when you had children?
I practiced on and off all the time.
Okay.
In between children, before children, in between children, after children.
Okay.
We lived in sort of this academic environment, yeah.
All right. Well, let's do this. Let's move away from that scene. Let's drift and float now to the very last day in that life that you're viewing. The day that you leave your body in that life. And you can simply view this as an observer, and you don't have to feel any pain related to that day. So just move to the last day of that life. Why is this the last day of your life? What is wrong with the body?
It's old. I'm tired. I miss him.
Yeah.
We've done what we could do. It's time to go.
Oh, okay. And are you alone on this day, or are there others with you?
There is family in the background.
And how do you feel about the life that you lived?
Lived a full life. There were a lot of challenges in the life in terms of, as I told you earlier, about this rebuilding and all of this. And then bringing new knowledge, ensuring that we were able to teach with integrity the ideas. We weren't stuck in the past. So I feel good that we've contributed.
All right. Now, whatever has already happened, and you're drifting away from that body, drifting and floating back to the other side, back to the spirit side.